This is Mr. Hale with another linear relations tutorial. By the end of this video, students will apply data management techniques to investigate the relationship between two variables. We'll demonstrate an understanding of a constant rate of change and its connection to linear relations. And we'll connect the various representations of a linear relation and solve problems using the representations. Some of the specific expectations that we'll be looking at will be posing a problem, identifying variables, and formulating hypotheses associated with relationships between two variables. So our sample problem is the pizza problem. And we're going to start by asking the question, does the cost of a pizza depend on the number of toppings ordered? Here's our first introduction to the pizza problem. Michelli's Pizza is famous for making great slabs of pizza in Stony Creek. A slab is an extra large pizza cut into 24 squares. They charge $14 for a cheese pizza and $2 for each additional topping. How much does Michelli's charge for a 2-topping pizza? Okay, so let's read this problem again and highlight some of the important information. So Michelli's Pizza is famous for making great slabs of pizza in Stony Creek. A slab is an extra large pizza cut into 24 squares. They charge $14 for a cheese pizza and $2 for each additional topping. Right? And how much does Michelli's charge for a 2-topping pizza? So we got some really important information there, and first we need to understand what is the question asking us. So how much does Michelli's charge? So we are looking at the cost of a 2-topping pizza. Well, what is the price of a pizza with no toppings? We can call this our flat rate. So without any toppings, our pizza cost $14. Let's pretend that we are ordering 2 toppings, pepperoni and mushrooms. So if I want to add pepperoni to my pizza, it's going to cost me an extra $2. If I want to add mushrooms, it's also going to cost me another $2. What is the total cost of our pizza? Well, 4 plus 2 is 6. And 6 plus 2 is 8. And 1 plus 0 is just 1. The total cost of our pizza is $18. Therefore, the total cost for a 2-topping pizza is $18. Before we finish and continue with different versions of this problem, I'd like to come back to our original question that we posed for this investigation. Does the cost of a pizza depend on the number of toppings ordered? So notice that the cost of one pizza with 0 toppings or no toppings is $14. But as I add each topping, the cost changes. So since the cost changes depending on the number of toppings ordered, our answer to the question is yes. The cost depends on the number of toppings ordered, where C is a variable that can represent our cost. We call that the dependent variable, and N represents the number of toppings ordered, and we call that our independent variable. Now we'll continue to explore this idea of dependent and independent variables as we progress through the next videos in this playlist. Stick with it and we'll look at different ways that we can solve this problem as it gets a little bit harder. Stay tuned.